It was June 1975. I had just graduated from high school. I wanted to be a paralegal. Now, I needed to work a couple years so that I could help pay for my education. So I found a job at a small law firm downtown, right across from the courthouse. So I was sitting at the front desk answering the phones, and I wasn't even 18 yet. Believe it or not, back then, my hair was really long. It was down to my waist. It was the 70s. My skirts were almost up to my waist. Sitting out there at the front desk with my long hair and my short skirts, didn't take long till the young attorneys in town started noticing me and asking me out. Well, they're 26, 27, and I was a virgin. Now, I was going to do whatever I could to protect my virginity until I got married. I knew if I went out with these guys, it might be a bit of a risk to protect this precious virginity of mine, but they were good looking. They were asking me nice places, and all the guys I knew were going to college, so I started going out with them. And lucky for them, I had just turned 18. And lucky for me, they were gentlemen, because they would date me once or twice, and they realized that I was really young and naive, and they wouldn't call me back. And so when one stopped dating me, the next week, another one wouldn't. I must have been building a reputation that I didn't know I had. So in 2 years, by June 1977, I had dated almost every single young lawyer, part of the Bar Association in Lancaster. So the probation officers started asking me out. So they were renting space on the second floor of the building that my attorneys owned until the new courthouse was done. There was a gorgeous one. He was 29, I was 19. There was something about this guy. He was like a magnet. He drew everyone in, women and men. I remember he was always suntanned. He had this nice, thick, long, wavy hair, a nice mustache. He even drove a Datsun Z. One Friday afternoon, he walked up to my desk and he said, "Hey, Marianne, how about you and me going to the beach this weekend?" I thought, well, there goes my virginity streak. But I had an excuse. Not that I needed one. I wasn't going to go anywhere, but it was a bit tempting. My sister was getting married. He's like, "Oh, how about I come to your sister's wedding as your date?" I thought, why does this guy want to come to my sister's wedding? We haven't dated yet. He doesn't know anybody in my family. He said, "Come on, it'd be fun." I thought, okay. So I take this gorgeous magnet guy to my sister's wedding. She seats him at the reception with both sets of my grandparents. We haven't dated yet. Like everybody else, they're drawn to this guy. They love him. They're like, "Marianne, marry him." I'm like, "Grandpa, can I date him first?" So we start dating. He was really happy in July when I turned 20 because he was about ready to turn 30, and I was no longer a teenager. So every Friday night, he played baseball. So after work, he'd take me to the baseball games, and then he'd take me out to dinner. And then he'd drive me home to Mom and Dad's because I was still living at home. We make out in the car a little bit because, just like I did with my high school boyfriends, never pressured me to do anything more than kissing. Now, he was going away the whole month of August to Europe. So the Friday night after that baseball game, when he was going to leave the next week to Europe, he acted a little different after the game. He said, "How about you come back to my apartment first tonight? I'll take a shower." Now, I didn't realize this was code for anything. I was really naive. So I went back with him, turned the music like really loud. He goes, "I won't be long. I'll call you when I'm ready." I thought, why is he acting so weird? Yeah, I have no clue. We've been dating a month and a half. He's going away for a whole month, and I had no idea why I was there in his apartment. So after a while, he says, "I'm ready." He doesn't come out. I'm thinking, what is up with this guy? So I walk down the hallway, and I walk into the bedroom, and I look at the bed, and I go, "Whoa!" I never saw a naked guy before. I was pretty sure they didn't all look like that. Now, I didn't want to keep looking, but oh, my God, he was tanned from head to toe. Now, I put my little hand up here, thinking I was going to block all that over there. Trust me, this was not going to cut all that. So all of a sudden he said, "Oh, you didn't know what I meant, did you?" I go, "I'm a virgin." And he said, "How can you be a virgin? You dated all those young lawyers in town." Now I realized I had a reputation I didn't deserve, but I needed to get out of that room as soon as I could because I was this close to jumping into bed with him, and I had no clue what I'd do with all of that. Seriously. All of a sudden, Carly Simon. She's in the next room belting out the chorus to Anticipation. You're making me wait. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny too. I took one more peek. Yep, he was still naked, and he wasn't laughing one bit. Yeah, he never called me again. But when he came back from Europe, the new courthouse wasn't done yet. I was still sitting at that front desk. Every morning for 6 months, he'd walk in that front door. Didn't matter if he had a big wool coat on. All I saw was that gorgeous, tanned, naked body I could have had. But I am proud to tell you all that next spring, I was still a virgin. And then I met the hot guy from the Y. Oops. Hey, I knew I was going to marry him anyway.